7 things: love and kindness, truth and beauty, form and function. Those 6 are what we live by. But then there is potential. Making the very best of what we can. For example, I've got here a briefcase, and it's in a bit of a state. You can see it's not been loved for quite a long time. Didn't have any keys when I got hold of it, but I have acquired keys. It needs some love and kindness, and that's just what we'll give it. And to start with, a good brush down, just to take off the worst of the dust. Now you may perceive that it doesn't look very different from where we started 2 minutes ago, but it will, believe me. The next thing we'll do is just give it a gentle wipe down with a cloth and some lukewarm water. Maybe a drop of the old squeezy. And we'll just gently wipe it down. It's called an open frame, an open top briefcase. Very popular. There, a gentle wipe down, and already you can see a big improvement. This stuff gets everywhere. It's best if you haven't got it all over your hands, at first anyway. You just grab a piece. Away we go. Now this stuff is very, very effective, but sometimes it takes more than one go, and we can take as long as we want on this. There are 8 pieces of metal on this briefcase, 4 on the corners, two on the lock and the keep, and these pieces on the handle. And they could be difficult to get at, but we will persevere. Now the thing with this stuff is you have to leave it just to let the chemicals do their magic thing. So it's always best if if you've got two things to do. So what should we use? This. Any idea what that is? Nutcrackers. Used to be very popular at the turn of the century. And these are very powerful things. And they do come up nice when you give them a scrub. We'll do something else. How about this? I'll be very surprised if many of you know what this is. And I've known it all my life. This is a Victorian table lighter. You put the inflammable fluid in here, lit this, and the flame would stay there all night. If you had a dinner party and the gentleman wished to smoke cigars, then there was the source of a flame. Late Victorian, I believe. This actually belonged to my grandfather. It wasn't left to me, but when he and my grandmother eventually passed away, it was auctioned, as were most of their possessions, and the proceeds split between their 4 sons, which seemed a fair way of doing it, except that I had to wait for some considerable time until I discovered it in Farnborough, Hampshire, a good 500 miles away from where it came, and I bought it expensively. I remember my grandfather telling me that he was given it by his employer, and it said I'd been offered £5 for this, when £5 was a working man's weekly wage, and he wouldn't take it. He knew the value, and maybe it had a sentimental value to him as well. But there it is, old Lucifer. We'll give Lucifer and Mr. Crocodile a minute or two. And let's see how this briefcase has come. Well, I don't know what you think about that, but my own opinion is it's not so good. But time is on my side. So I will do it every day this week if I have to. And that's before I start to treat the leather. Now, Mr. Crocodile, that's better, isn't it? Now he's solid brass, so he will come up well. I think those catches on that briefcase are only plated and the plate's worn away. Potential, you see. It wasn't gleaming when I picked it up. Look at that. Well, that's very satisfying. Go back where it came from. Now let's have a look at Lucifer. There he is. There, not dissatisfied with that. I think that'll do for today. Shall we have another look tomorrow? Thanks for watching. Bye bye.